What's up, y'all? So, I'm just on my way to work at the most awesome job in the world. Actually, yesterday I gave my boss 50 milligrams of the chonga I made, and fuck, it racked him, dude. Like, he had a full-on, like, I think hour-long breakthrough. And like, this dude, he's an experienced psychonaut, man. He probably has more notches on his belt than I do. I mean, like, he's broken through on 5-MeO DMT. I haven't. I've been close, but I'm kind of scared of that one, actually. Scared of a couple. But, anyways, I mean, I more so wanted to talk about this and how some people just need nicotine to function or to survive. And for the good of society, please just give us our nicotine so we don't have to either tear our own hair out or tear someone else's eyeballs out when they piss us off. I'm just kidding, but I do very much credit it with reducing my hyperactivity as a child, considering I started smoking at age 11, and that was when I just chilled the fuck out. I find that if you can consume nicotine in a relatively safe way, I mean, as far as I can tell, most vape products are pretty safe. I've affirmed this before, but I do believe wholeheartedly that the best way you could consume it without carcinogens or anything except for isolated nicotine salt is little snooze packets. I use them every once in a while. They're strong as all hell, but it's essentially just nicotine salt. Some of them have a little bit of flavoring. They come in a little package like that. And it kind of tastes like dip, the ones with the flavoring, but nowhere near as strong. And without goobering. But, people who started smoking at a young age and had a fairly heavy habit most of their lives, like I did. I didn't quit smoking until 3 months ago. I know some of you may say, well, this is cheating, but again, it's almost harm reduction in a way. Like, you think I like blowing my robot overlords here? I think I look like a total douche, but it's just better for me, and nowhere near as expensive, because there is a fucking jihad essentially against big tobacco in Canada. It seriously is like a holy war. Our government spends so much money putting really terrible additives like carpet glue into cigarettes. If you I think they do the same thing in the States. If you look at a cigarette and you see the little kind of ribs that go all the way down it, that's carpet glue. That's to make sure it burns out as the individual is smoking it. I guess not smoking it. So they, ironically enough, tax people to pay for the additives, or the more carcinogenic additives, as if there aren't enough, because, nicotine itself or tobacco itself actually, even like raw tobacco, pipe tobacco, any other type of pretty much organic tobacco. But you gotta be careful, because there's some organic tobacco suppliers that aren't as honest about there only being water and tobacco as the products being used. But I'd say if you really felt you had to use nicotine and you don't want to dupe yourself to using a vape, or it's just not compatible with you, which I get, try pipe tobacco. Pipe tobacco is great. It's probably about the cleanest you can get, but just remember, you're not supposed to inhale it. you inadvertently inhale some just like a cigar because of all the smoke, but like you'll wreck your lungs if you just straight up inhale every puff. And it takes an art to work a tobacco pipe. Like my dad, he got me into using the tobacco pipe. Like, you know, out of the dozens of times I have quit, the few before my last final go, and I know it's final because at a rave a couple weeks ago I was offered a cigarette because my vapes were out of batteries at like 4 in the morning and I didn't have the chargers, so I had about half of it and held it up to my friend and she was like, "What?" And I was like, yeah, see, that was a reminder of why I don't smoke, because it tasted like an ashtray, and like your palate becomes very different when you quit smoking. And this is probably just Canada, because Canada seems to be more partial to carcinogenic chemicals that like are really redundant, more so than the States. But like I can smell some smoking from a block away now, and I mean it's harsh. It's harsh on my nose, and like, yes, admittedly I have kind of lost my sense of taste, my sense of smell a little bit, because, you know, I've been smoking so much weed every day at my job. But those are like, yes, there's a lot of tar in weed, but those are non-carcinogenic forms of tar. But yeah, I mean, nicotine has been shown to have many advantageous properties for people who have mental health issues, whether it be something that can induce psychosis like bipolar or schizoaffective, or for people like me who have this intense ADD that almost borders on autism, and there's fierce depression. You know, like you look at the doomers, those are probably people who became so cynical they essentially forced themselves into a depressed life of just chain smoking and waiting for the end. Like, that's depression to a T for you. But like in the 70s and 80s, there were actually a number of lawsuits that were carried out because they found that, you may have seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, nowhere near as good as the book, but I mean, a fine specimen in itself. And they hand out cartons of cigarettes to the patients, and I believe it's not just the nicotine, but the kind of pacifier nature of holding a cigarette in your hands that seems to have a pacifying effect on them. And it was so effective, though, that this lawsuit was launched, and basically, sorry, that's very loud. I should have calculated that into this video. But a lawsuit was launched because one pharmaceutical company, tried to patent nicotine to be used in pill form, which I don't think would have worked. I've watched people with mental health issues try to quit with gum. Just piss them off, if anything. But so there's what really frustrates me is the lack of research that's willing to go in the direction of, okay, what is working here beneath the layers, the mounds upon mounds of carcinogenic crap that's put into these products. Because, I mean, I've always called smoking gradual suicide, because it's, people who work dead-end jobs like asbestos. I mean, my asbestos partner, he had lung cancer in both lungs, and he was still smoking at least 2 packs a day. It's a way to get yourself into an early grave from the perspective of these people, even if that's only happening subconsciously. And so yeah, that can have a pacifying effect, but it's about to get loud again, so I think I'm going to sign off now. Bye-bye!